Welcome, Riskiteers. We are working on our classic Risk series, the basics of Risk, learning how to play, get better, strategy, tips, and tricks. I'm at Mitch on Risk, streaming live on Twitch and posting all my videos on YouTube. I am a Grandmaster at the game of Risk, and I do play in international tournaments, posting content from them, and helping people learn how to play and compete in those tournaments and rank up. Let's see what our classic map has set up for us today. We're playing in a random lobby of players. So we're just seeing who we're up against here. We've got General Stonewall playing as black, General Clausewitz playing as blue. I don't know how to say that one. Playing as yellow. Hallett Sandcac. General Magenta is General Nosfurs. And red, General Isaac. Alright, so when you're setting up, keep in mind the goal is not to get a bunch of bonuses anymore. That's just not the way to play progressive risk. So we're playing progressive risk where your card bonuses move up each time. The key is getting bounties at the right time during that round 6, round 7, round 8 period where there's a second card turn in. Getting to turn cards in during your turn so that you can do what's called a snowball and take out multiple players at once and potentially run the entire board. So that's the new risk, and that's what we're going to show you how to play versus the old school risk where you just cash out everything to try to hold a bonus for a few turns. And that's how you would play a fixed game where you've got to hold bonuses to get extra troops. The cards are the key in this, not the bonuses. So you want to stay in multiple places so you can't be killed, and you want to keep large stacks in different spots on the board. So you can tell yellow's going to work here in Africa. Would love for him to fortify this 3 out to potentially give me an option to get out of South America. But he fortifies in, so he wants to work on South America instead. So that's fine. I can work out of here. So I'm going to add 1. I'm not going to lose that. That I might lose. And that I might lose. So let's do that. What we're focused on now is trying to keep as many troops as we can until we can kind of fortify them into one area. I'm going to have to attack twice here to get out of South America and get out of this guy's way. But I know yellow's going to run through whatever he wants there. So I'm going to fortify out of here into Europe. So in the old school risk, fixed risk, you would say that that's a bad move because I just gave a bonus to somebody. But when you're playing in progressive, again, keep in mind the bonuses are not the key. That's a +2 as you see here on the map. And even if you're getting a +5, the bonuses are going to get up to 30 or so on the cards by the end of this game. So the +5s aren't even the key unless you can get them really early. So don't cash out all your troops on bonuses. That's kind of rule number 1 when you're playing progressive risk. Get out of people's ways, let them do their thing. Speaking of classic fixed risks, the signups are going on right now for the tournament. I will post the link in my YouTube video so you guys can check it out at Mitch on Risk. And you can sign up. All skill levels are welcome. And we're playing classic risk on this map with fixed cards. So it'll be the old school like you used to play the board game with your family style risk. And we'll have all skill levels in the tournament. It's a great first tournament if you haven't played in an international risk tournament. It's a great time to play it because it is such a common set of settings that people understand and know. So it should be really interesting. So I'll post the link. Would love to have you guys sign up. What you want to do is really join the Discord community. You can do that from your front page of Risk when it says join the Discord community if you're not already a part of it. Really, a lot of people that are willing to help you out get better at the game of Risk. A really awesome community that partners up. So I would highly recommend joining the Risk Discord and learning about things like tournaments and such, and that's where you'll be able to sign up actually from it. All right. We got yellow. He's going to work on South America here. Magenta's fighting for Australia against blue. This is a super common mistake. Probably mistake number 1 of newer players is, especially in a progressive match, don't fight over Australia. There's so many troops that get lost here. Maybe they're just leaving big stacks, but I'm doubting that's what's going to happen. Okay, so we've got one position here in Europe established. I'm going to fortify to it. I would love a North American position, but I can't go through this 6. So I'm going to work out into Japan here. Well, I also need to get this eventually, but I need to keep building it so that it doesn't get killed. What we're going to do here, I can't fortify twice, unfortunately. So I'm going to save the 3 because I think that's the one more at risk right now. Not a lot of people hit a 5 stack in Asia, so I think those are okay for now. We're getting a spot fortified here in Europe, which is great because no one's really going after it. Usually a pretty safe spot to hold your stack. I would love to get a stack over here in North America, but there's just not an easy path to it yet. Black and magenta both leaving 6 stacks up here is pretty interesting, with a red 7 stack here. Another thing you're going to want to do is check to make sure your players are still in the game. So you can see this host is deactivated. That means they're still playing. That will change to this player's offline, and if someone bots out, I'll show that to you, what it looks like. But obviously players play a lot differently if they're offline, so you're going to want to keep up with who's online or offline as you play, because those games will change. We're finishing up round 2 here. You can always look in your battle log to see what round you're in. Playing World Dom on classic map, auto setup, 60-second turn timer, with expert AI, which are the bots when they bot out. Card bonuses progressive, Balanced Blitz dice, alliances off, fog off, blizzards off, portals off. So looking at this map, red's really in one position. We would love for that 2 to get taken out. He may be botting out right here. Notice the time's running out here. Yeah, it looks like he's botting out, most likely. Alright, Black's in a few positions. He looks like he might be one of the better players in this game. He's got multiple different spots. One sec. Okay, blue hits in Australia. Couldn't have seen that coming. So he hits an 11 on a 9, loses 7, and magenta loses 9. Potentially watch for them both to bot out here very shortly. Red is offline now. So this is a bot that we're now dealing with. That's another reason not to go after bonuses when you're playing in these random lobbies. Is when people bot out, bots like to break bonuses a lot of times, and you want to have bigger stacks so that you don't get hit by a bot. Black is in a bunch of different spots. I'd love to get this 5 over here, but I don't want to go through a 3 to do it. I could fortify this out to Japan and let Black maybe move through me here. I think that's what I'll do. I don't want to lose that. Maybe this becomes my NA stack. We're going to fortify out to Japan. Maybe let Black consolidate here if that's what he's trying to do. Not sure. Magenta's in really 2 places because this Australia situation is going to be a just total dumpster fire situation. They both now have a 1 and a 4. He off attacks with his 5 stack here. He's, I guess, in 3 positions, but not really strong positions. Black is in the best position, except his positions aren't that far away from each other. I don't know if he's planning on consolidating or what his plan is there. Yellow has taken his bonus, the only bonus on the map, which is pretty rare to see only 1 bonus in these games at this point. Usually someone's taken Australia. Red is bot attacking, and you can see the difference. So the bot splits his troops. You don't see the arrows as he's attacking. That's a fortify, but you don't see him as he's attacking. So the attack looks a little different. I've also got this problem now if he's got a 9 stack sitting next to me. And bots will attack just huge stacks all the time because they're not logical. Well, I guess they are kind of logical, but they're not human logical. Alright, so we're starting round 4 here. I think Black's the best player that we're playing against here. Let's see how many hours he's got. 88 hours played. He's played quite a bit of Risk. Blue's got 6 hours played. Yellow has 1 hour played, so very new to the online game, on this account at least. Ooh, 161 hours by Magenta. Interesting. And still going for Australia. Alright, we got 3 troops here to place. Black is consolidating, so that worked out. We still don't have a path over here, and I am most worried about the bot hitting this stack. Really, really don't want him to hit that stack. Still possible he hits it even though I make it an 8, but we'll see. Hopefully he'll come through these 1s, and maybe even break blue down here. Alright, so we got 3 8 stacks we're really working with. Yellow's got his bonus, he's almost caught back up. You can see the troop count though, because of the way we're playing, we're at 28 troops. So that's the benefit of playing this way. Black is working on consolidating into 3 positions. He's our biggest opponent right now. Magenta has a stack up here that's really going to help him. He is out of Australia now because blue, and he had a war, which blue went cards early to get Australia. So just to show you guys, he went cards early, which is he took 4 troops instead of potentially where his position was. He was in the 5th position. It's 10 troops, so he gave up 6 troops. And he's only getting a +2 out of that. So it's going to take him 3 turns to make up that if he holds this. And it just puts him behind for the rest of the game, basically, by taking that early trade. So that's why you don't do that. He's almost down to 1 position. He does have a 7 stack in North America, so that helps him a lot. Black moves into a North American position. He's working on consolidating all of his troops, potentially. He's going out both directions, which is great. He's getting away from us. Red didn't hit us, which is also awesome. We'd love for someone to hit that 3 up here of red at some point, because that will weaken up and it'll get taken out, I think. Red will attack with that. I think I keep building right here, which is not my normal spot for having a stack. It's just kind of the way it worked out in this game. But I think I keep building in India for now, just to make sure the bot's not going to hit me. The bot very likely turns in, well, 42% chance of turning in cards. If he has a set, they basically turn in cards early. Yellow now working on a 2nd bonus, wanting to take Africa, but he's got a black 6 stack in here, so that'll be interesting to see how that works. Hopefully those two fight a little bit about that. We're going to try to keep this alive. I would love to have a path into North America, which I do right now. I really don't want to lose that. If I hit here, then I limit myself on my paths. So I think what I do is I hit Ukraine and I fortify back. And I hope I have enough troops that the bot doesn't attack me in either of these positions. We really just want the bot coming down here so that blue has to go through them. We'd also love blue's external to get taken out up here. Magenta adds to his stack up in Asia. He's kind of in stay alive mode now, but he hasn't taken cards, which is solid. He has played a lot of Hours of Risk, so he messed up with his Australia play, but he's playing a little better as he tries to recover here by just holding one stack in an area that no one really cares about, and he's off attacking to keep all of his troops in one place. It's going to make him really easy to kill because he's only in one spot, but it gives him some options potentially if he gets lucky and gets cards at the right time to go get a bounty or something and try to get back into the game. So it's kind of what he has to do at this point on the run. The bot hits some ones. The bot is trying to take Europe. Oh, does he fortify everybody? No, he just fortifies a few, but that's great because he's not touching me with that 4 stack. So would love for him to go into Africa with that. Okay. Black trades in. He's got to do his trade. He's forced to trade in there with 5 cards. He gets the 6 trade. The 8 trade will come here, and I will be the 10 trade. Black is getting into multiple spots. He's going to hit this 1 or this 1 with that 4 and fortify back here into old Kamchatka. Yeah, he hits my 1 because he... Oh, he doesn't fortify in Kamchatka. He goes back into Asia. So he's got a North American position, an African position. He's a good player. Black's a good player. He's got 3 positions. So it'll be interesting to see. It's going to depend. He's first in turn order too, so he's going to have a chance to go for that first bounty most likely. So the bounties are going to come up here in a couple rounds. We're in round 6. The problem is if I go for a bounty on this turn, I've got to take out someone with 3 cards to re-get cards. And the card trade-in is only a 10 or a 12, so it's a little too early. Oh, love to see that. That's the problem with building your stack in a spot that someone's going for bonuses and playing old school risk, fixed risk, is they may hit it at any time. That's why you want to stay out of those. That's why we got out of South America early in this game. So yellow just did an attack with, we'll look at it in a second, what they just did. Okay, we get cards. Just trying to pick the ones that I'm more likely to have at some point. So maybe I'd get those 2 later. Okay, 13 troops. I'll fortify over. Magenta is gettable, right? But we would have to go through a lot of other people to get to them. So it's not worth the troops right now. But we want to build that up a little bit probably so that we have that path. And we don't want to touch the bot's 4 stack. We don't really want to open up that stack. So we will go this direction. So what we're going to do, the 4-on-1 is our 100% roll. That's why we added 4, because we get a 100% win chance right here. Hit it. And then we end our attack phase. I took too long messing around, so I didn't fortify back, but that's okay. Hopefully the bot doesn't hit our 3 stack. So my idea there was the black 11 stack is not connected to me, so he can't use his stack to hit me from there or there. But I could go through him if I wanted to. Magenta has 5 cards, so he gets the 12 trade. The bot will get a trade also. Potentially Magenta was worth going for there because it was 5 cards, but I don't think it was I don't think it was worth it because the trade's so low, and I was gonna have to go through a red 3 stack, an extra yellow 1 there, so it didn't make a ton of sense. Magenta did the same thing I did and waited too long, so he couldn't fortify back. And the bot's got a 13 with cards next to my 11. Really don't want him to hit my 11. Yeah, that's perfect. He wants Europe, but now he's blocking my way out of Europe, which kind of stinks. Love that he hit that magenta 3 stack. And he made it much tougher for me to fortify my 3 back, so whatever. Okay. Now is when you really have to start looking. So the problem is if you trade in cards now to be able to get a bounty, you only get potentially 4 cards if you're going after someone that's earlier than you in turn order. Let's see if black does it. He might go for magenta here. I think he's going for magenta. But he's not going to get cards in turn by doing this. Because he's only going to be black. No, he doesn't. He just builds to be able to take magenta out. He just goes for the early trade to have the card, to have the troops. Okay. So if black would have taken out magenta, he would be back at 3 cards and now 4 after his turn. But the key is you want to take out somebody that during your turn gets you to 5 or more cards. Because then you get the troops during your turn, and you can go get another bounty and hopefully turn in again and get another bounty. And that's how you snowball and take over the map. So it's a little early. The next turn is the turn you really want to do that to start working on your snowball. Because I will have 4 cards, and anybody I take out then basically gets me a trade in turn. The question is, will black do it first? And will anybody else turn in cards here? So yellow's got too many troops. He's not going to be the guy to go for. Magenta potentially, or maybe the bot, or maybe even blue. Depending on what happens with blue up top. We're trying to figure out where we would want to position our troops. So if I turn in now, I potentially lose a few troops. I think I'm alive enough now not to have to mess with that. Yeah, okay. I don't think anyone's going to try to kill me. I could be wrong. Could be a very bad mistake. Let's see. Obviously, if the bot hits that 11 stack, I made a big mistake, and black probably takes me out of the game. Magenta's at 31. He's got 10 sitting in North America with a really good black kill line on him. He rolls through the bot 3 instead of hitting the black 1, which may be smart because that keeps black from being able to move his 26 stack over here and double tap him. This is when this game gets interesting. This is why progressive cards is intense, and people think it comes down to luck a lot of times. And on a real small map like this, and it kind of does come down to a little bit of luck by getting the right trade at the right time. That's why I like to play bigger maps, but when you're learning the game online, this is a good map because everyone's comfortable with it, knows the map well, knows the paths well. So you get to learn the game a little easier. Black goes to break yellow. Can't get his bounty. So this, yeah, he could take the 18, I guess. He could go 18 through a 5 stack? No, he doesn't. So that was the wrong move there. Black needed to hit magenta, take him out, get his cards, and then if he wanted to, he could have gone after yellow. Let's see what blue does. Hopefully blue is not going after us. We're kind of protected by we're really protected by this magenta 19 and black 18. we now need to take out magenta. I don't have a super easy path to do it, especially if blue blocks me here, which I really don't want blue to do. Please don't move to Alaska. Good. So we've got a path taking our 12 stack through here to take out magenta. Yellow's going to be mad at black. He's going to go take back all this territory. Hopefully he doesn't block Alaska or this path through here. So maybe he just takes through South America. Our path is taking out magenta, getting his 4 cards, and taking out the bot and getting his 3 cards. And then looking at what we want to do after that. Maybe black at that point to get 2 cards. I'll have to see what that looks like. So we come through here, take magenta out. We don't want this to go too high up. I'm worried he's going all the way through black here. I want him to stay here in Mexico. Yeah, good. Or in Central America, sorry. Okay, so we go get magenta. We need enough troops to hit a 19 stack. Always want to get our +2s if we can. Do something like that. Something like that. Yeah, I think I'd rather have that. Okay. And just take 4 to leave ourselves options later on. Because I want to be able to go get the bot now. I potentially need to be able to get black later. So if I get the bot from this stack, I save everything else. And if I get the bot, I get to trade in again, so I don't have to play too safe here. Okay, let's just do it. Okay, so we get the bot, we get cards again. The next plan is black. We want to save as many troops to potentially hit blue next. Black will not get us cards. No one else gets us cards, right? But we want to prevent... I think we still want black. Roll this first to see if I can get lucky. Yeah, get to save some troops. Let's take a look at blue, but I don't think it's realistic. I could hit his 40 stack. No one else is getting cards. I think I do. I think I take blue out as far as I can. Ah, slider got me. Yeah, so that's that attacker's advantage, right? So that's the difference in Balanced Blitz versus the old school random dice. In Balanced Blitz, you get a huge advantage as attacker instead of defender. So I get cards again. Do something like that, and we'll see how much yellow we can take out here. We don't have a stack to work from. This is what a snowball effect is, though. When you guys hear people talking about snowballing, it's taking people out on the right turn, getting the cards, and being able to take out the rest of the board over and over. Because also your turn timer resets. Hope you guys found that helpful. This is the Risk kind of beginner series, teaching you the mechanics of the game, how to win games early, start building up your rank, winning in those ranked lobbies. If this helped you, please subscribe and follow. I'm at Mitch on Risk on YouTube and at Mitch on Risk streaming live on Twitch. Until next time, may the dice be nice. See you guys.